Hi, learners. Echo and I are excited to be back with you this week to play some more word games and sound games. This week, Echo wants to race you to see if she can get the answers faster than you. So remember, go super fast and call out your answers really loud so I can hear you. The first game we're going to play is a rhyming game. I'm going to give you a nonsense word that rhymes with the name of a color. Your job is to call out the color that it rhymes with. So if I said slew, you would say blue because blue and slew rhyme. Go really fast so you're quicker than Echo. Brillo, yellow. Bleen, green. Grack, black. Flurple, purple. Ooh, you guys are tied now, so keep going really fast. This time I'm going to give you phonemes or sounds and words, and I want you to blend the word together. For example, if I gave you these phonemes or sounds, s, l, o, p, you would say slope. All right, let's get started. K, r, crumb, s, l, ed, sled, s, t, o, n, stone, s, k, o, scope. Nice job. Now we're going to work with the digraph CH, the ch sound. And I want you to tell me, do you hear ch in the beginning, the middle, or the end of the word? So if I said to you, where do you hear ch in chop? You would call out in the beginning. Go faster than Echo though. Where do you hear the ch in crunch? At the end. Where do you hear ch in teacher? In the middle. Where do you hear ch in chicken? In the beginning. Where do you hear ch in much? At the end. Nice job. This time, I'm going to tell you the word, and then I want you to chop out the phonemes or sounds with me. For example, if I said clap, then you would chop with me. K, l, a, p. All right, let's get started. Flood, f, l, d, sneeze, s, n, ease, croak, k, r, o, k, globe, g, l, o, b. Nice job. The last exercise we're going to do is I'm going to give you a word and then ask you to take away the beginning sound or phoneme and tell me what word is left. So if, for example, I said crane without the k, you would say rain. Beat Echo though. You ready? Fright without the f is right. Trail without the t is rail. Bride without the b is ride. Drag without the d is rag. Very good. I think you beat Echo. Learners, you came so close to beating that 1 minute mark this week with saying your letter sounds. I know if we keep practicing our cards, you're going to beat the minute for sure. Remember, we're going to say the letter, the picture, and the letter sound. C, cat, k. Z, zebra, z. A, apple, a. F, fun, f. K, kite, k. P, pan, p. U, up, X, fox, x. R, rat, r. N, nut, n. H, hat, h. W, wind, r. T, top, t. O, octopus, ah. G, game, g. E, ed, eh. V, van, v. Q, queen, qua. M, man, m. I, itch, eh. B, bat, b. Y, yellow, y. S, snake, s. L, lamp, l. J, jug, j. D, dog, d. CH, chin, ch. TH, thumb, th. WH, whistle, w. Shh. I know you're going to beat that minute next week.
Today in Phonics, we're going to be talking about digraphs. You might be thinking, what is a digraph? A digraph is when you have a combination of two letters together that make one new sound. For example, SH together makes the sh sound. We're going to be looking at two digraphs today. The CH, which makes the ch sound, like in chair, and the SH, which makes the sh sound, like in ship. We're going to look at some sentences, and the digraphs are missing, so I need your help. We'll read each sentence and decide which digraph will make the word correct. CH or sh, SH. The first sentence says, I love to go to the beach. What should we put there? Beach or beach? You're right. CH, beach. Next one. I eat my ham and ease sandwich. What should we put here? Ham and ease or ham and ease? Cheese, she's. CH sounds right to me. I eat my ham and cheese sandwich with some ips. Ch or sh. What do you think? I agree. CH, chips. Then I look for L's in the sand. Ch, L's or sh, L's? Shells, shells. Shells sounds right to me. I look for shells in the sand and in the water. What do you think? Ch or sh? You got it. SH makes the word fish in the water. That makes sense. This is so fun. Much or mush. What do you think? Yes, I agree. CH makes much. This is so much fun. I out to my friends. Ch, out, chout, or sh, out, shout. I think so too. SH, shout. Let's read it together. I love to go to the beach. I eat my ham and cheese sandwich with some chips. Then I look for shells in the sand and fish in the water. This is so much fun, I shout to my friends. Notice digraphs can come at the beginning or end of the word. Be on the lookout for some CH and SH digraphs when you're reading. Let's practice some high-frequency words together. We're going to practice two words. The first one is have. The second one is some. And here's what we'll do. First, we'll say the word. Then, we'll say the letters in the word in different ways to help train our brain how to spell the word. We'll say the word again, and then we'll each use it in a sentence. Let's start with have. Say the word. Have. Let's say the letters. H-A-V-E. Have. Now let's practice saying the letters by clapping them. H-A-V-E. Let's snap them. H-A-V-E. Write it on your hand. H-A-V-E. What's the word? Have. Let's use it in a sentence. I have one brother. You try. Good job. Now let's practice the word some. Say the word. Some. Let's say the letters. S-O-M-E. Here we go. Let's clap it. S-O-M-E. snap it. S-O-M-E. Write it on your hand. S-O-M-E. What's the word? Some. Let's use it in a sentence. Some days I like to go for a walk. Your turn. Great job. Be on the lookout for have and some as you're reading today.
Today we're going to read The Wheels on the Bus. Before we get started, let's read something we already know. We already know I'm a little teapot. Let's read it together again. I'm a little teapot. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle. Here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Tip me over and pour me out. Let's get back to reading The Wheels on the Bus. Now, The Wheels on the Bus is a song most kids know. But have you ever read this song before? We're going to do that together today. Now, as you know, The Wheels on the Bus is about a bus, maybe a school bus or a city bus. We're going to read about how the wheels on the bus go round and round all through the town. The town is a place where you live. There are houses and parks, stores, schools, and maybe a library. So the bus drives all through the town. In the song, you also sing about the wipers on the bus and the horn on the bus and some other things. Today we're just going to read about the wheels and how they go round and round. Let's read together. The wheels on the bus. The wheels on the bus go round and round. Round and round. Round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all through the town. Now let's sing together. The wheels on the bus. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all through the town. I was thinking about the word bus as we were reading and singing together. Here's the word bus. And I noticed a word in there that's a snap word. What does this say? This is the word us. Us. The word us is a part of the word bus. You say bus. Now say us. Practice writing the word us at home. There's another word in this song that we're going to look at. It's the word go. I know the word go. Here's the word go on this board. Go. Go is a two-letter word. It starts with a G and ends with a long O. Go. I know that if I take away the first letter, the G, I can make more words. If I put an N in the beginning, I make the word N-O. No. And if I know go and no, I can make the word S-O. So. Let's go and try that faster. Go. No. So. Just by knowing the word go, I know 2 other words. Isn't that cool? Now some of you might be thinking, well, if we put a T at the beginning of O, that's a word I know. You're right, this is the word to. To also ends with an O. It just sounds different. It doesn't sound like go. To. It's kind of an oddball word. Do is another oddball word. It doesn't sound like go, so, and no. Do and to can go together. Sometimes I like to change the words in songs or poems that I know. Let me show you. I know Wheels on the Bus. Here's a new song that sounds just like Wheels on the Bus. It has the same tune. It's about my dog, Walter. My dog, Walter, likes to go to the park to see other dogs. And at the park, he barks. A bark is when a dog goes woof, woof. This new song is called The Dogs at the Park. Help me sing this song. The dogs at the park. The dogs at the park go bark, bark, bark. Bark, bark, bark. Bark, bark, bark. The dogs at the park go bark, bark, bark. All through the town. Now, when I was reading and singing, I noticed that park and bark have the letters A-R in the middle. A-R. There's park. And here's bark. A and R is making R. Let's make some more words that have R. This says park. And again, I wanted to show you the R part right there. Here is a park. Let's write some more words together. Here is a bar of chocolate. Let's write bar. B-R. R. I needed A and R to make the R part. If you know bar, then you know car. Car. R. Bar. Car. What about star? Star. St. R. There's the A and R again, saying R. Let's do one more together. Let's do shark. Shark. Shh. Did you know that S and H together make sh? Sh. R. Thanks for helping me. You can try a few words on your own at home. How would you write farm? R. Farm. What about art? R. T. Art. This is a barn. B. R. N. Barn. And the last picture is the word bark, but it's not talking about a bark that a dog makes. It's talking about the bark on a tree. This is the tree bark. B-R-K. Bark. Nice job. Boys and girls, when you're at home, you can take songs or poems you know and change them around, just like I did. Maybe you could make the wheels on the bus to be about something you like. Do you like going to the pool? You could make a song that goes like this. The kids in the summer swim in the pool, swim in the pool, swim in the pool. The kids in the summer swim in the pool all day long. And here's a special one about teachers. The teachers in the summer miss our students, miss our students, miss our students. The teachers in the summer miss our students all summer long. We miss you, and we hope you try out new songs at home.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Bergen, and I teach kindergarten at Oak Ridge Elementary School. You know, it might be kind of hard to understand me with my mask on. It's also hard for me to greet people when I'm wearing a mask. Usually when I greet people, I like to smile and I wave. People can still see me waving, but they can't see me smiling with my mask on. It's hard because that's how I like to greet people. That's got me thinking about today's article. I'm going to read you an article called Nice to Greet You. But before we get started, I want to ask you a few things. Before we start reading the article, what do you think greet means? Go ahead. You can pause the video and talk to someone in your home. What does greet mean? Here is a sneak peek at the cover of the article, Nice to Greet You. These two people are greeting each other using a fist bump. Now what do you think the word greet means? Nice to greet you. People around the world greet each other. They have different ways to say hello. Some people fist bump to greet each other. Let's look at other greetings. Some people in New Zealand press noses together to greet each other. Some people in Japan bow to greet each other. Some people in France touch cheeks and kiss to greet each other. Some people in Argentina shake hands to greet each other. Some people in India press their hands together and bow to greet each other. Some people in the United States wave to greet each other. How do you show people that you are happy to see them? You've seen how different people around the world like to greet others. How do you like to greet others? Do you greet everybody the same? Or is it different? Maybe you greet your friends one way, but your family members in a different way. What are ways you do not want to be greeted? Also, how have greetings changed now that we're social distancing, wearing masks, and keeping 6 feet apart? Have you learned a new way to greet others? I hope you enjoyed the article, Nice to Greet You. It comes from National Geographic Young Explorer magazine, Voyager edition, which is written just for first grade learners. It comes from the March 2020 issue. If you would like to read this article again or more articles like it, you can go to the web link at the bottom, nationalgeographic.org/education/classroom-resources/explore-magazine.
Welcome back, mathematicians. My name is Mallory Hughes, and I'm a kindergarten teacher at Discovery Elementary. I'm so excited to be here today to investigate shapes with you. Our goal today is to identify or name 4 different shapes. We will also want to notice details or attributes of these shapes so we can describe them to others. If we look close enough and think hard enough, we can also compare each of the shapes we are learning by thinking, what's the same and what's different? Let's get started right away. We can warm up by playing a game called Same But Different. This helps our eyes and brains to get really good at noticing details about shapes. Take a look at the 2 figures on the screen. I want you to think, what do you notice? How are these 2 shapes the same but different? What is the same? How are these images alike? Maybe you are noticing colors, direction, number of sides, vertices, or angles. Now think, what is different? Again, notice the colors, direction, number of sides, vertices, and angles. Let's see if you and I think alike, or if you thought something different. Okay, let's talk about it. A few things that I noticed that are the same are both of these shapes are the same color. Both of these shapes were blue. I also noticed that both shapes have 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's another thing that you noticed? Oh, if the shapes have 4 sides, you may have noticed that they also have 4 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, vertice is just a mathematician's way of saying a corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. And maybe you noticed that both have 4 right angles. Yeah, right angles are really special angles that when you look at them, you could draw in a perfect square. Okay? So if you look closely, we could draw in perfect squares on each of these vertices. It's a little bit easier to see on the rectangle. Now let's talk about ways that they are different. Did you think of ways that they are different? You may have noticed the most obvious one. They're different shapes. This figure is a square, while this figure is a rectangle. You also may have noticed that even though they have the same number of sides, their sides are different. The square has 4 sides that are all equal length, or the same in length, while the rectangle has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. Lastly, something you may have noticed was that these shapes have different positions. The square was tilted on its side. You may not have even thought it was a square at first. You can tell that because one of its vertices is pointing up at the top, whereas the rectangle is positioned so that it is tall and thin. Let's move on and have some fun with investigating shapes. Shapes have different attributes or characteristics. Some of the attributes that we use to describe a shape are color and size. But mathematicians also investigate or look closely at different features of a shape, such as whether or not it has curves or round edges, like you see here in red. They also look at the number of sides, those straight line edges around a shape, as well as vertices, the spot where two sides come together to make a corner. And lastly, they look at the number of angles, that space that's located inside of the vertice. Sometimes there are even special angles. We talked about them when we played Same but Different. Those are right angles, when you can make a perfect square inside the angle. Now that you know the ways mathematicians describe shapes, let's make a shape poster together. The first shape we will investigate is a circle. Does it have curves or round edges? Yes, it is round all over. Does it have straight lines or sides? No, so the number we will use that means none is 0. Does it have vertices or corners? Nope. It can't have vertices without sides, can it? So the number 0 is what we will use. Does it have angles? No, again, you can't have an angle without a vertice. So we will say 0 again. Let's investigate these shapes next. Do you know what they are? Both are triangles. Triangles can look very different, but all triangles can be described by the features above: the curves, the sides, the vertices, the angles. Do they have curves or round edges? No. Neither has any round curves. Do they have straight lines or sides? Yes, both have 3 sides. Do they have vertices? Yes, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How many angles do you count on each triangle? I count 1, 2, 3 on this triangle. And I count 1, 2. But wait, I noticed something special about one of the angles on this last triangle. You can make a perfect square or box. So this triangle happens to have 1 right angle and 2 other angles. 1 and 2 make 3. Moving on to this next shape. It's blue and long. It's a rectangle. Rectangles can also look very different, as some are short and wide, like this one here, and some are tall and narrow or thin, like the one we saw when we played Same but Different. No matter which kind of rectangle you're investigating, think, does it have curves? No. Does it have straight lines or sides? Yes. In fact, a rectangle has very special sides. Do you know why? A rectangle has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. 2 and 2 make 4. Does it have vertices? Yes. Each rectangle has 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. Does it have angles? I count 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. But wait, do you see what I see? You can make a perfect box or square at each angle. So rectangles have 4 of those very special right angles. Last, we have a square. Squares can also look a little different depending on how they are positioned. Remember the square that we looked at closely before when we played the game Same but Different? It was turned on its side, so it looks different than this one here. No matter which way a square is positioned, think, does it have curves or round edges? No. Does it have straight lines or sides? Yes. In fact, a square has very special sides. Do you know why? A square has 4 sides that are equal length or the same size. Does it have vertices? Yes, each square has 4 corners or vertices. And does it have angles? I count 4 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just like the rectangle, these angles can be perfect squares. So that means it also has 4 right angles. Now that you know so much about shapes, let's play a fun game called What Shape Am I? What shape am I? Use the shape poster that we just created and the following clues to help you guess the shapes. All right, clue 1. If you count my angles, you will find 3. What shape could I be? What shape has 3 angles? It has 3 angles. It also has 3 vertices and 3 sides. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Draw your shape in the air. Let's see if ours match. A triangle. All right, clue 2. I have 4 sides that are equal length. 2 of me make a rectangle. What shape am I? 4 sides. Oh, that's easy. No, wait. There's more than one side. There's more than one shape with 4 sides. I need to think more about the clues. 4 sides that are equal length. 2 of me make a rectangle. I know. Let's see if you're thinking what I'm thinking. Draw it in the air. A square. Okay, last clue. I have 0 vertices and I'm very round. I make lots of different things, so I'm often found. What shape am I? 0 vertices. That means it has no corners. If it has no corners, it probably has a lot of curves. Are you ready? Let's draw it in the air. A circle. Nice work. Now it's time for our reflection. Before you go, I have one more thing that I want you to think about. Can you use what you've learned today about shapes to try and answer my questions? How might some of these shapes below, how might we use some of the shapes below to make a rectangle? I want you to look very closely at all the shapes. We can use 2 squares to make a rectangle, just like our clues said from before when we played What Shape Am I? Okay, let's try one more. How might we use some of the shapes below to make a rectangle? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? We can use some triangles and to make a square and a square. Here's some ideas for ways that you can continue having fun with shapes at home. An important skill for mathematicians is to identify and describe circles, squares, rectangles, and triangles in different environments, regardless of the way the shape is oriented or positioned. Equally as important is the ability to explain your reasoning or how you know. This summer, try to notice and name shapes in everyday activities. You can do this by going on a shape hunt in your house or when you go on a walk outside. Notice how many circles, squares, rectangles, and triangles you see, or maybe you know even more shapes than those. Count them, or if you know how to make tallies, you could take a piece of paper along and tally them. Another thing you can do when looking at shapes is ask, what shape is that window? And how do you know? You may need to model how to explain your thinking by saying, I know a door is a rectangle because it has 4 sides, 2 that are long and 2 that are short. Perhaps when you pull out the art supplies this summer, you could ask your child to make a picture using only certain shapes. You might say, what can you draw or make using only circles and rectangles? You could also practice cutting out shapes and then examining how shapes can fit together or fit with one another to make a new shape. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you had as much fun investigating shapes as I did. I hope you continue to have some shape fun.
Hi, my name is Erin San. I am a teacher and a mindfulness coach. And what that means is I help people just like you use all of their senses to notice moment to moment what's happening in their lives so they can worry a little bit less and smile a whole lot more. Today I'm going to share with you a mindfulness exercise that will help you to listen to your self-talk and make sure that the voice in your mind is being really, really super nice to you. Are you ready? Good. We begin this exercise by coming into a comfortable position with our bodies. Remember, sometimes we need to move and wiggle and shake a little bit in order for us to find comfort and stillness. So once you're ready to settle your body, notice where you're connected to the earth, through your feet, through your bottom, maybe something pressing up against your back. And once your body is comfortable, start to notice your breath. Bring all of your attention to how the breath feels coming in and out of your body. And maybe your eyes are closed, and if not, let the gaze settle somewhere down below. And before we start to listen inside of our head, just notice any sounds that you can detect in the room. Maybe someone's voice, a clock ticking, the sound of a fan. Maybe you hear a bird outside. Use your concentration to hear those sounds. And then start to turn your attention to your mind, listening to any thoughts that you may be holding in your own brain. Sometimes we talk to ourselves in our mind. And sometimes when we do that, we aren't always nice to ourselves. Sometimes we say mean things to ourselves because we're upset, or we're sad, or we don't like a choice that we made, or we're just having a difficult time. That is normal. Everyone goes through that, so you are not alone. But know that we can also change the voice inside our head so that our self-talk is really happy and positive and loving and encouraging. So I want you to bring to mind right now something nice that you can say to yourself. Maybe something nice about the way you do something. Maybe something nice about the way you've helped someone. Say something really friendly and loving to yourself. This is how we can encourage positive self-talk. And know that anytime you feel sad or you're afraid or you're worried about something, you can always come into this comfortable shape with your body and say something really nice to yourself. Thank you so much for practicing mindfulness with me today. I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Second Step lessons are created by Committee for Children, who owns and controls all rights therein. Permission was granted to district to make and broadcast this video for educational use only by district parents, families, teachers, and counselors with students currently learning via television broadcast due to the impact of COVID-19. No other use of this video or Second Step lessons is permitted. Committee for Children, 2020.
Hi everyone, I'm glad to see you again. Today we're going to talk about another skill for learning, one of my favorites actually, self-talk. Self-talk is when you talk to yourself in a quiet voice or in your head, and you can use it to help you with all kinds of challenges. Let's start with a brain builder to warm up our brains and practice using self-talk to remember. We're going to play a memory game. I'm going to say a number one time. Then you will use self-talk to remember the number. You can repeat the number quietly out loud or in your head. After 5 seconds, 2 different numbers will show up on the screen, and you need to point to the correct number. Let's try it. Here's our first number for you to remember using self-talk. 147. One, 4, 7. Nice job. Let's try another. 2, 6, 4, 9. Ding, ding, ding. 2, 6, 4, 9. All right, let's do another. 4, 7, 1, 5, 7. Good job. That was a long one. 4, 7, 1, 5, 7. Here's another. 3, 5, 6, 3, 1. 3, 5, 6, 3, 1. Good job. Let's do one more. 9, 5, 3, 4, 2. 9, 5, 3, 4, 2. Great job, everyone. During that brain builder game, you used many different skills for learning. You had to focus your attention and listen when I said the number, and then you had to use self-talk to remember the number. That was a great exercise for building your brain. So today we're going to talk about using self-talk to ignore distractions. Take a look at this picture. This is Omar. He's trying to work on his book report, but distractions are making it hard for him to stay focused. Focus your attention on the picture. What are the distractions? There's a girl sitting next to him talking. We can tell because her mouth is open and she's looking at Omar. And then you probably see in the background, there's 2 different groups of students talking. So I could imagine it's maybe loud in the classroom, and that's making it hard for Omar to focus too. What are some things Omar could say to himself to help him focus and ignore those distractions?
Maybe you're thinking he could read quietly to himself or in his head to block out the distractions. He can tell himself, stay focused, ignore them, concentrate, Omar. Omar decides that he needs to give himself some reminders that he needs to focus and ignore the distractions. He also asks his table mate to let him focus and stop talking to him. Self-talk helps you ignore those distractions so you can stay focused and on task. Omar uses that self-talk to help himself ignore the distractions. So he's able to stay focused and get his book report done. One of my favorite ways to use self-talk is to remind myself that I can do something hard, to give myself that extra boost to believe in myself. This kind of positive self-talk helps me feel capable and confident. This is also a strategy used by some of the greatest athletes in the world. Have you ever heard of Lori Hernandez? She is one of the greatest gymnasts in the world. She's a member of the U.S. women's gymnastics team and has won both gold and silver medals. And she uses self-talk. Lori practices for hours and hours, yet she still uses self-talk to remind herself that she can do it. So the next time that you are feeling like, I can't do it, try to think of something positive to say to yourself. It might help to imagine, what would my teacher say? Or what would my best friend or my parents say to me right now to cheer me up? As you challenge yourself to reach your summer school goal, there might be times when you don't think you can do it and you want to give up. This is the time to use self-talk. Say to yourself, my brain is getting stronger. I will try again. I won't give up. I can do this. Those positive self-talk statements will help your brain try again. Next week, we're going to talk about different ways that we can calm down strong emotions. So I'll talk to you then. Take care.
Hola amigos, mi nombre es Ivanelsi Mejías y yo soy maestra en la Escuela de Inmersión Claremont. Hoy vamos a estar trabajando con problemas de matemáticas. ¿Cómo yo puedo resolver una historia matemática usando manipulativos, usando dibujos y buscando palabras claves que me ayuden a entender qué tengo que hacer para resolver el problema? Antes de comenzar nuestra lección, quiero que hagamos una rutina en el sentido numérico. ¿Estás preparado? Vamos a ver. Quiero que mires el tablero de 100 y yo voy a esconder los números. Los números han desaparecido. Ahora yo quiero que tú me ayudes a encontrar los números que siguen. Tengo el 1, 2, 5, 8, 10, 18, 16, 13, 11. ¿Qué número crees que va aquí? Muy bien, el 3. El 3 está después del número 2. 1, 2, 3. Y ahora, ¿qué número crees que va aquí? Excelente, 4. El número 4 está después del 3, pero está antes del 5. ¿Qué número crees que va en este cuadrado? Excelente. Vamos a continuar. Muy bien, 7. Y luego tenemos 8. Y luego viene el... Excelente, el número 9. Ya hemos completado nuestra primera fila y tenemos los números del 1 al 10. Vamos a ver qué números nos faltan para completar la segunda fila. ¿Estás listo? Vamos a continuar. Tengo el número 11. ¿Qué número viene después del 11? Excelente, el 12. Después tenemos 13 y luego viene el... Muy bien, 14. Excelente, 15, 16. Fantástico, 17, muy bien. 18. ¿Y qué número vendrá después del 18? Muy bien, 19. ¿Y cuál será el último número que va a completar esta línea? Mira bien los números. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 y 20. Muy bien, el número 20. Me encanta cómo has practicado los números, el número que va antes y el número que va después. Es importante que continúes practicando los números y puedes hacerlo en un tablero como este. Vamos a comenzar nuestra lección. El objetivo de contenido para la lección de hoy es resolver historias matemáticas de suma y resta hasta el 10 utilizando objetos concretos. El objetivo del lenguaje será identificar y mencionar quién tiene más o quién tiene menos objetos en un problema de matemáticas. ¿Cómo podemos resolver problemas de palabra en matemáticas? Bueno, pues los problemas de palabra en matemáticas son como cuando leemos un cuento. Los cuentos tienen un principio, un medio y un final. Y las historias matemáticas también tienen principio, medio y final. Escucha este ejemplo. Luis tenía 2 Beyblades. Él le da un Beyblade a su amigo para que puedan jugar juntos. Al final, Luis se queda con un Beyblade. Como puedes ver, al principio Luis tenía 2 Beyblades, luego le da uno a su amigo para que puedan jugar juntos y finalmente él se queda con un Beyblade. Los problemas matemáticos también tienen principio, medio y final. ¿Cómo comienza un problema de matemáticas? Es la cantidad inicial que tenemos. Al principio teníamos 2 Beyblades. Esa era nuestra cantidad inicial, el comienzo. Luego ocurre un cambio. Y ese cambio es la cantidad que quitamos de la cantidad del principio o la cantidad que añadimos. En este caso nosotros quitamos. Al principio teníamos 2 y quitamos 1 para dárselo a otro amigo. Y finalmente terminamos con una cantidad final que en este caso nos quedó 1. Como puedes ver, los problemas de matemáticas tienen mucha relación con los cuentos. Siempre piensa que hay un principio, un medio y un final. Vamos a ver un ejemplo. Escucha con atención. Si pudieras escoger, ¿tú escogerías más galletas o escogerías menos galletas? Yo sabía que ibas a escoger más galletas. Muy bien, más significa tener un número más grande. Así que si tú puedes escoger, tú vas a escoger más galletas porque tú quieres tener mucho. Así que pon esta palabra en tu mente. Más es tener un número más grande. Vamos a ver algunos ejemplos de práctica. Vamos a practicar con Mariela y Joaquín. Escucha el problema. Mariela tiene 5 galletas. Joaquín le da 3 galletas. ¿Cuántas galletas tiene María en total? Recuerda el principio de nuestra historia. Mariela tiene 5 galletas. Vamos a darle 5 galletas a María. Cuenta conmigo. Contemos. 1, 2, 3, 4 y 5 galletas. Ese es el principio de nuestra historia. Mariela tiene 5 galletas. La próxima parte de nuestra historia dice que Joaquín le da 3 galletas. Ese sería el medio de nuestra historia. Joaquín agarra sus galletas y le da 3 galletas a Mariela. 1, 2 y 3 galletas. ¿Qué ha pasado con Joaquín? Muy bien, se ha quedado sin galletas. Entonces, ¿cuántas galletas tiene Mariela en total? Comparte con alguien en casa. Muy bien, vamos a contar. Mariela ahora tiene 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 y 8 galletas. ¿Fue esa tu respuesta? ¡Fantástico! Veamos el otro ejemplo. En este ejemplo, Mariela tiene 3 galletas. ¿Recuerda el principio de la historia? Mariela tiene 3 galletas. Joaquín le da 4 galletas. ¿Cuántas galletas tiene Mariela ahora? Vamos a comenzar con el principio. Mariela tiene 3 galletas. 1, 2, 3 galletas. Joaquín le da 4 galletas. 1, 2, 3 y 4 galletas. ¡Oh, my goodness! ¿Qué ha pasado aquí? Mariela tiene más galletas que Joaquín. Muy bien. Joaquín se ha quedado sin nada. Pobre Joaquín. Quiero que cuentes con alguien en casa cuántas galletas tiene Mariela ahora. Muy bien, veamos cuántas galletas tiene Mariela ahora. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 y 7. ¡Fantástico! Mariela ahora tiene 7 galletas. Vamos a ver otro ejemplo. Bien, en este problema ahora vamos a cambiar las cosas un poco. Vamos a leer el siguiente problema. Mariela tiene 5 galletas. Ella le da 2 galletas a Joaquín. ¿Cuántas galletas tiene Mariela ahora? ¿Por dónde puedo comenzar? ¿Cuál sería mi comienzo? Muy bien, Mariela tiene 5 galletas. Yo tengo que poner 5 galletas con Mariela. Cuenta conmigo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 galletas. ¡Fantástico! ¿Qué paso viene después? ¿Qué voy a hacer ahora? Muy bien, ahora viene el medio de la historia y en el medio de la historia dice que ella le da 2 galletas a Joaquín. Vamos a poner 2 galletas donde Joaquín. 1, 2 galletas para Joaquín. ¿De dónde salen las galletas de Joaquín? Muy bien, Mariela le da sus 2 galletas. Ella separó sus galletas, sacó 2 galletas de su grupo para poder dárselas a Joaquín. ¿Cuántas galletas le quedan a Mariela ahora? ¿Cuántas galletas ves aquí? Dile a alguien en casa cuántas galletas te quedan. ¿Cuántas galletas quedan? ¡Fantástico! Quedan 3 galletas. Ahora Mariela tiene 3 galletas. Piensa en esta pregunta. ¿Ella tiene más galletas ahora o tenía más galletas al principio? Al principio ya tenía 5 galletas y ahora tiene 3. Muy bien, al principio tenía más galletas, ahora tiene menos porque compartió sus galletas con Joaquín. ¡Excelente! Veamos este otro ejemplo. Y este me gusta mucho porque tiene que ver con el verano. Hay 3 niños y 3 niñas en la piscina. ¿Cuántos niños hay en la piscina? El principio me dice que hay 3 niños. Vamos a poner 3 niños a nadar. 1, 2 y 3 niños a nadar. El medio me dice que hay 3 niñas en la piscina. Vamos a llevar 3 niñas cerca de la piscina. Fantástico. Ahora, el final es ¿cuántos niños hay en la piscina? Comparte con alguien en casa cuántos niños hay en la piscina. Muy bien, hay 6 niños en la piscina. Cuenta conmigo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 y 6. Recuerda que en este problema no estamos compartiendo nada. Estamos combinando los niños y las niñas. 3 niños y 3 niñas combinados hacen un total de 6 niños en la piscina. Muy bien, listo. Ahora es tiempo de que practiquemos todo lo que hemos aprendido en los problemas matemáticos anteriormente. Vamos a ver. Hay 3 sapos en el lago. 2 sapos más saltan hacia el lago. ¿Cuántos sapos hay en total en el lago? Recuerda, al principio nos dice que hay 3 sapos en el lago. Luego 2 sapos más saltan hacia el lago. ¿Cuántos sapos en total van a tener dentro del lago? Comparte con alguien en casa tu pensamiento. ¿Estás listo? ¿Cuántos sapos hay en el lago ahora? Muy bien, ahora hay 5 sapos. Habían 3, luego se suman, se añaden 2 más a la laguna y en total nos quedan 5 sapos en la laguna. Muy bien, veamos el próximo ejemplo. Bien, y este ejemplo nos dice que Sara tiene 5 jelly beans. Su amiga le da 4 jelly beans más. ¿Cuántos jelly beans tiene ella ahora? Al principio dice que Sara tiene 5 jelly beans. Luego nos dice que su amiga le dio 4 jelly beans más. ¿Cuántos jelly beans tiene ella ahora? ¿Cuántos jelly beans tiene en total? Otra manera de pensar es ¿cuántos objetos yo veo en total? Te voy a dar un poco de tiempo para que pienses y compartas con un familiar en casa cuántos jelly beans tú ves en total. Muy bien, ¿cuántos jelly beans vistes? ¡Excelente! Hay 9 jelly beans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 y 9. ¡Fantástico! Vamos a ver si estás listo para el próximo. Hay 10 niños en el autobús y quiero que prestes mucha atención en este porque este es un poquito diferente. Hay 10 niños en el autobús y 4 niños se bajan del autobús, o sea que salen del autobús. ¿Cuántos niños quedan en el autobús? Tenemos 10 niños. Y si 4 se van del autobús, ¿con cuántos nos vamos a quedar? Pues yo voy a usar estas X para eliminar los niños que se bajan del autobús. Si se bajan del autobús, significa que ya están ahí. Así que con esta X yo voy a sacar 4 niños del autobús porque es la información que me da el problema. 1, 2, 3 y 4. Hay 4 niños que han sido eliminados porque se han bajado del autobús. ¿Puedes contar cuántos quedan en el autobús? Muy bien, ¿me puedes decir cuántos niños quedan en el autobús? ¡Excelente! Quedan 6 niños en el autobús. Muy bien, has hecho un excelente trabajo. Te felicito. Hola familias, ha sido un placer inmenso practicar con sus hijos en el día de hoy. Espero que ellos hayan disfrutado la lección y hayan sobre todo practicado y repasado todo lo que han aprendido en la escuela. Algunos consejos de lo que usted puede hacer en casa para ayudar a su hijo a continuar practicando las matemáticas, especialmente esta destreza de problemas de palabras que tantas dificultades le da a los niños. Es que es bien importante que ustedes lean el problema varias veces. Una sola vez no es suficiente para que el niño entienda lo que está queriendo decir el problema. Leerlo 2, 3 veces va a ayudar mucho a que el estudiante pueda entender más rápido y de mejor manera lo que tiene que hacer en el problema. Otra cosa es preguntarle a su hijo qué le está pidiendo el problema que encuentre. La pregunta que tiene siempre el problema al final es la clave para saber si va a sumar o va a restar. Motive a su hijo a que preste atención a las palabras claves. Siempre que esté leyendo, que circule, que marque, que identifique las palabras que le van a ayudar a entender qué operación de matemáticas tiene que hacer. Y por favor, siempre pídale que haga una representación, un dibujo de lo que el problema le está diciendo. Eso le ayuda mucho a encontrar la respuesta más rápido. Hay varias palabras claves que usted puede enseñarle a su hijo en cuanto a suma o resta. Algunas palabras claves que su hijo puede identificar para saber si tiene que sumar o restar es en total, todos juntos, combinar o más que. Hay muchas otras palabras, pero estas son de las más comunes y las más que se usan. Otras palabras clave para identificar si tiene que restar son las palabras diferencia, menos que, quedan, menos y quitar. Con la ayuda de estas palabras, su hijo podrá identificar la operación de matemática que mejor representa el problema. Espero que hayan aprendido, hayan practicado y se hayan divertido en esta lección y nos veremos pronto. ¡Hasta luego!